Hello again, welcome to today's attempt of a Fusele puzzle. This is Wordle, but the rules change on every row. For example, on the top row, my guess needs to be a word that is backwards. So on this one, I actually like to start with a word that is also a word forwards. So I'm going to start with stink, because this makes knits backwards, which means it's a valid guess. Now you'll notice down here, 1 to 3 tiles have been preset that can't be changed. So if we get down here, we have to use the E. So if I can, and if I think it's a good idea, I'm going to try to avoid using the E until I get down here. Because I usually like to start with decal or laced if I get this rule. But we're not doing that today because we're saving the E. So we'll go for stink. Of course, there's a tiny chance it's correct. That's why I do like to go for a word that is a valid answer forwards. However unlikely it may be. And in fact, it's been completely unhelpful today. Wow, we've just ruled out 5 letters in one go. Okay. Blue tiles, that mean that another letter from your guess is in that spot. Okay, let's just try 5 new letters. How about prowl? Again, I don't really just want to use all of the most common letters. If I used the A and the O, for example, I'd be running out of vowels before I get down to row 5. Oh, okay. So the P, R, W or L is third. That's what we know. 1 tile in the row is a lie. Okay, how about we try hardy? We'll try the R in third. Oh. Maybe the A or the R is lying, because an RDY is definitely a plausible ending. 1 tile in the row is a lie, so either the D or the Y is definitely correct, possibly both. My guess must repeat a letter. Ah, okay, that's not such a bad rule to get now, because we can try something like a baddie. We'll test for duplicated D, and we'll test whether it's the A that should have been in the word from the row above. Wow, okay, so it was the D that was lying after all that. So that means the third letter is P, W or L. Surely it's going to be L, but we definitely do have a Y, and we don't have any of these other letters. So if I'm putting the L in the middle, I don't think the 4th letter is going to be E. I think it's going to be an LLY ending. Although I'm struggling to work out what the rest of the word would be. Maybe gully. Okay, so if gully is what we're testing, let's just try glued. It's a little bit of a waste because we know there's no D, but it does try a bunch of other new letters. It is going to be gully, isn't it? Surely. We don't get yellows, the only hints are letters in the correct place. Of course, that doesn't matter until after we've had our guess. And it is gully, so if I wasn't forced to put that E in, I would have got that one guess sooner. And in fact, the answer didn't have an E in, so the tactic of avoiding the E until I couldn't avoid it any longer should have paid off. Apart from the fact that it was actually quite a difficult one to get with the duplicated L, and by the time we'd solved it, we were forced to use the E anyway. But we did still solve it in the end. That is Fusele. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.